I don't know if it was slightly ahead of its time.
It was, for that time, in touch with the pulse of the youth. I think one of my favourite parts of the film is how grounded the film was.
If people want to watch this film, why do you think they should watch it?
The music is so iconic, it just grabs people and it just keeps them locked in. If this was a jigsaw, the puzzles were perfect for each other.
Hello and welcome to the Pan India project. My name is Rohan, aka the Indian Cinema Junkie, and today we're here to revisit a cult classic, basically, Bangalore Days. Now, Sai, back once again.
Back again.
What is this, your fourth?
Fifth time?
Yeah.
I don't know, yeah.
Or no, fifth. This will be the fifth one.
This is the fifth show we've done together, yeah.
Fifth episode, yeah. So Bangalore Days stars Dulquer, Nazriya, Fahadh, Nivin, Pauly.
Yeah.
Parvathy, Thiruvothu, butchered the spelling. Yeah, the cast was big for this film, right?
Yeah. For like right now in today's day and age, huge cast, but back in the day they were the up and comers. They were the growing crowd. But now they're A-listers, they're huge.
And the film is directed by Anjali, Menon. Now, this film, when I watched it, and I think I can say this confidently, it is my favorite Malayalam film. Like, I think it's one that I've enjoyed a lot.
That's a big statement to make.
Out of all the ones I've seen, this one for me is just like, it was so good. It was so well-rounded.
Wait, over Thiruvothu?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
This just had like emotion. It had comedy. You know, it was the perfect all-rounded film.
Fairs. Okay.
Right?
Okay, cool. Now, I'm with you. Best Malayalam film. No, I agree with you in the sense that it is a very, very strong film. I guess I haven't thought about it as to whether or not it's my best Malayalam film.
It's my favorite. Yeah, I think there's replay value as well here. Like,
oh, yeah.
Easily rewatch this. I mean, it's for everyone.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not a niche film or stuff.
No.
But then, do you think, when did this come out? 2012, right?
2014.
14?
Yeah.
Was it? See, I don't know if it was slightly ahead of its time.
Oh.
The storyline, the whole concept of the film. Do you think it was?
But that's what made it so beautiful, though. Because everyone was like, this is a coming-of-age film. The reason why it banged so much in the cinemas and why it was such a success is because it was, for that time, in touch with the pulse of the youth and keeping in line with the adults at the same time, if that makes sense. I think that's why it was so successful, because although it was ahead of its time, the crowd it reached out to also wanted to be ahead of its time. And so it was like the film was dragging everyone along with them for that ride, for that journey. And it worked out. It worked out massively.
Yeah, because how would you describe the film without like spoiling it?
Oh,
General
I mean, if you haven't seen the film at this point, what are you doing? But anyways.
Yeah, everyone has to watch it. Like, it's one Malayalam film you have to watch now.
Yeah, 100%. If I had to describe this film, I would say it is a wholesome trifecta. 3 people on 3 different journeys connected by blood. And yeah.
Oh, that's well described.
Right?
Wow. Got deep. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, 3 cousins. They're all set out for different goals, different stories. But it's the way they are still together at the end.
100%.
Which was, it was beautiful, basically. Like, how else can you describe it?
Right? And it's also not just them, but it's the people around them, right? It's the web that the 3 of them cast and who they catch as part of this web, how everyone is linked to each other. Yeah, that forms as part of the storyline.
Yeah, and also, you know, it is a funny film, but then there's also that drama as well we get. Because you're right, it's about the people around them as well.
Yeah.
How they're affected by kind of their relationship, you would say, at the same time.
For sure.
But it's like, you have the emotion, you have the laughter. And I think for me, like, one of the positives, it flowed really well. It wasn't like jumpy, like you'd get laughter, emotion. It just all fitted in nicely, right?
If this was a jigsaw, the puzzles were perfect for each other. Like every scene, the sequences, the emotion it carried, how it moved on to the next part, it was perfect. It was well laid out. I think one of my favorite parts of the film is how grounded the film was. Like, I don't know what it is, but everyone always says this, and I completely agree. Malayalam cinema is amazing at keeping everything grounded, keeping everything contained to the space that it's in. Like, no spoilers, but the film is about being in Bangalore, and Bangalore's a big place. But how do you keep the storylines in Bangalore is the question. They did an amazing job at that.
Yeah, because the whole thing was they wanted to be in Bangalore and
Yeah.
like reunite, right? But it's like, okay, what happens when they are there is the main thing of this film. Also, I think for me in this film, yes, it flowed well, and the music, I really like. It went so well with the film.
So even as we're talking, I can still hear the first song in my head.
Oh yeah, the first song is jokes on it. Like I love
It's
it.
still in my head.
Yeah,
I'm singing it in my head as we're talking. But that's what I mean. Like, the music is so iconic. It just grabs people and it just keeps them locked in. I think around that time, almost every single like social media post had that song running in the background. Every wedding would have that song running. But that's the level of impact this film had, right? Is that the music? I think music sells a story massively. Music sells the experience as well, and this did a really good job at selling that experience.
Because the music worked. Like, you're right, the wedding song is a good song, you know.
Yeah.
Also, but then that's the thing you said about it, like working today or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I know, it hasn't re-released yet, but it's now the right time.
No.
Not yet.
No.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think they need to wait a little bit longer, because I think we need the nostalgia to hit properly. I feel like we've just come out of the Bangalore Days phase, and we're moving into like a different, part of this world or this journey that cinema is on. And then to try drag it back in so quickly, I think is a rush. Yeah. Like, if you look at Gilly's re-release, that was like 20-something years, almost 20 years before we released it again. And so everyone had moved away, shifted from that phase of life, moved and carried into something different, chucked it in, and everyone just went run into the cinemas to watch it. Bangalore Days needs more time before we get a re-release.
Yeah, you're right.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think not now, but I think it's one that if it ever came back to the big screen, 100%, I'd want to watch in the cinema.
Without a doubt.
100%.
I say give it 5 years.
Yeah.
Wait, it released 2014, so we've had it for 11 years now, right?
So maybe 15, when it comes, that gets like
to year 15, I think.
Yeah, maybe around 2030, that time.
Maybe we should re-release it.
Oh yeah, in the UK, like, oh my God, I think it would be good. It would be a good film. Like,
I think everyone will flock to it. But also because since then, we've had the Tamil remake and the Bollywood remake.
Yeah.
But more than watching the remake, people will come back to watch the original. Right?
Yeah.
So it definitely has grounds for a re-release.
And also, with that, do you think we get films like this still? Like, French... I mean, obviously, we've had other films, but like this kind of, family, the whole thing about you mentioning like how it affects people.
Yeah.
When is the last time, would you say, we've had a film similar?
Well, it depends. Are we talking about Malayalam cinema?
Or like in general?
In general. Okay. I feel like this year specifically for Tamil cinema has been about feel-good family movies. Last year we had Labar Pandu. This year we had Tourist Family. We had 3BHK. I think there's even another one called Madras Matinee that I'm watching right now. I stopped halfway through, but is also a feel-good film. So from a Tamil cinema perspective, we have come back to feel-good films. We used to have like the Action Pack, the LCUs, we had all of that running, but like LCU, we had Kaidi, we had, Jailer, the mass, the mass movies, the spectacles. We've kind of shifted from that again because it's become such a commercially hungry industry that people were like, no, we want to watch something good again. And then Tourist Family came around, 3BH came around, everyone's just like, sick, I'm on board. So I feel like Tamil cinema specifically is shifting back into that kind of zone. What we say in Bollywood.
Unless it's a remake, that's the only time they shift back into it. But well, it's true. Like Amir Khan's one, it was a remake of
but that was a good film.
Yeah, it
was a remake, but it was a good
I don't
film.
think even like, I mean, they remade this a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah.
I won't say not yet. I mean, even Malayalam cinema,
Yeah,
from the new stuff that's come out,
yeah,
I don't think there has been one. I think Dilip had Dilip and family or whatever.
yeah.
But actually, no, wait. Hriday Apurvam. How can I forget?
Of
Yeah,
course.
so they have had
Of
the
course.
one that just
That's
came
the thing.
out.
Malayalam cinema can consistently churn out feel-good films every single year. Without, they can do the thrillers, they can do the big projects, they can do the superhero stuff. They can do all of that. But the one thing they're really, really good at doing is the classic feel-good movies, and they just churn it out and they just release it, and circle release.
But like, let's go on to the film now itself, right? Because so there will be like spoilers now, and but I think so. They introduced the three cousins, right?
3 cousins, yeah.
You have Kuttan, Nivin, Pauly.
Yes.
Basically, he's becoming this like mechanical engineer, software engineer.
Yeah, yeah.
And he does some long dialogue in English. It's like the educational system or this.
Organization.
The organization expedition.
Indian nation, all of it.
Was like, oh, that was jokes. So we see him, business guy. Right?
Yes.
Family back in Kerala, and they were like, okay, Bangalore can be your first posting.
Yeah.
Then Divya, Nazriya, just graduated. Now, this was quite funny because remember, the mum always goes to some priest.
Every month.
And it's like, okay, there's this girl that's got, was going to needed to get married or whatever, similar fate.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
And so she has to get married.
Yeah.
Then Aju, DDQ's character.
Yes.
Rowdy guy,
Your
graffiti.
classic runaway boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, living life. You're rebel, living life on the edge. Love his hair, by the way. Love his hair.
And he had contacts, didn't he? In this?
You did,
yeah.
you did.
Yeah. And then I think the way the film sets up, we see Nazriya's character get married.
Yes.
And that's where Das,
My man.
Fafa. Honestly, in this film, I'll just say it now. What like the performance he.
Oh, bro, come on.
And
right?
The switch. That's all I'll say.
Right?
The switch. Oh my God. Honestly, he. I mean, all of them. You cannot say there was no bad performance in this film whatsoever. Like everyone played their part.
100%. And I like the level of commitment from everyone. Specifically, so Nivin, coming into it, Nivin already had a bit of a background. He already had a bit of a following. He had a bit of a persona. He worked really hard to get rid of all of that. He wanted to put forward this innocent, naive Kerala boy from the banana fields, raised by his family in an ancestral home, and he worked hard. He put in the slang. He put the effort into his performance, and it showed. I mean, there's a classic Nazriya, those classic lines. I probably butchered it, but he did the hard work to deliver a really solid performance, and it's not just him. Same goes for DQ. Same goes for Nazriya. Nazriya was given the energy of a girl who had her life in front of her and just taken like that. But cool, she rolls with what's been given to her, and she decides that she's gonna go with
married.
it.
Yeah. Because obviously Das is a business guy, right?
Yeah.
He's just like, okay. But you know what? See, this is the thing that where there's foreshadowing when you think about it. He straight up says that he likes someone, couldn't get over her.
Yeah.
But she still accepts the marriage. Like, they still
part of life.
And there is a scene where they foreshadowed. I don't know if I thought about this the first time.
Go on.
But there's a dog at the start.
Oh, yeah.
And he's really comfortable with the dog.
Yeah.
And when we get into it later, I think obviously there's a reason why he's comfortable with dogs, isn't it? Really.
Yes.
And why he likes dogs.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of foreshadowing, full circle. Like, do you know what I mean?
For sure.
Because obviously they get married, and then we kind of see their relationship, right? But then, so they all got their own stories. We're watching them. They're all Divya's getting married, which was quite funny. The whole wedding.
That the entire
was
sequence.
Jokes, honestly. Yeah. My girl was having cigarette, goes to the mandap, and he's looking at her and just like. But honestly, Darsh's character from the beginning is just like just straight face.
Yeah, you can't read him.
No,
you can't read him at all. You
and
don't know what to expect.
Oh my God, the look that was something that like,
Yeah.
nah, that was jokes as well. Like,
But that's what made it even more like hard hitting or close to home is that, you know, girls that age, all it takes is one rowdy uncle to say one stupid thing, and then the family are like, she needs to get married
Yeah.
ASAP. And then she gets through that whole process. And it's the fact that she's almost going to go to the stage to get married, and she's just like, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. And they're like, no, you're fine. You know, the cold feet, the classic cold feet, the classic, I want to do everything. I don't want to miss out on life, decides to drink, decides to smoke, has all of that. And then she's like, okay, cool, I'm going to do it. All these things, I mean, I'm not a lady, so I can't say they go through it, but there's things that you could imagine a person will go through. But so for them to have shown that in the film in such a natural way is why it did so well. Specifically for her character, for someone who was like, I'm going to start my own company, I'm going to get women jobs, I'm going to increase, you know, the world assets for women from 1% to, you know, whatever she wanted, to then go to this where she's now a housewife.
Yeah, basically.
Crazy shift.
And then obviously so she goes to Bangalore.
Yeah.
Right? Gutten's in Bangalore too. Guess who's else going to be in Bangalore too? A Jew. So they all kind of reunited back in Bangalore.
Yeah.
Shenanigans happen, right? Because
Standard.
Because, you know, Das, businessman, he goes off to America. So they're like, let's link up. So we just see how they are, right? How their relationship is between the three of them. And then I think the turning point is that Das kind of comes back.
Yeah.
And when he comes back, you know, they have some arguments, right? That's why, like how we're talking about the smoking, there's the jokes, but then
that switch up.
Serious fear. And I think a turning point in this film, right, was, do you remember when they were riding on the bike, Aju and Divya were riding, and who drives past? Das. And he's like, get out, like, come with me, right?
Yeah.
And what does he do? Chucks the phone out.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Because it's been a while since I've seen the film.
Yeah.
That's really well done. Yeah.
That was like...
That's a good catch.
That was like, okay, snap. Like, he's actually mad.
Yeah.
But I think this is it. It all links back to this one flashback. The dog, the reason why he got mad at her on the bike, ties in. Also, at the same time, we haven't mentioned it yet, but each of the three cousins have their own love story, right?
Yes.
You know, Divya's married.
Yeah.
Gutten meets a girl on a flight.
Yeah.
And Aju meets the radio jockey.
Yes.
Which I think, when you think about the way they transition, because you know how they have an argument, right? The three cousins.
Yeah.
And it's like, because he wants to be this racer.
Yes.
He gets into a fight with the racer.
Yeah.
And obviously he gets mad at Gutten, and they're both in the car. And then we just hear the radio, and it's like, do you know what? Sometimes we just grow up and say sorry to each other, move on. And that's all they show them, how they move on. So that effectiveness of that text. And it kind of sets him up, because like, okay, you help me forgive or like patch up with my brother, let me listen to you. And then,
100%.
So it's like, okay, they made it so cleverly.
Yeah.
Put together.
It was a nice, it was almost like, without him saying it verbally, it was like he almost accepted that the words that came out of the radio were legit. Maybe I should, but it's a beautiful thing, because then probably the next time people who watch the film, the next time they jumped into their car and they switched on their radio, or rather they switched on the car and the radio just randomly started, instead of just switching it off, maybe someone must have been like, oh wait, let me hear actually what's on the radio today, because I might hear something insightful, I might hear something nice that I want to enjoy as well. Again, the beauty behind the film, it sets things up for people to experience later on. I've always said this, people bag on me for it, but movies are everything. Movies change a person's perspective in life a lot, and this was one of those films that did that, right? Changed so many things, like you said, Fafa being so mad at Nazriya for getting on the bike wasn't because it was the toxic masculinity that we initially thought, but then later on down the line you understand why he felt that way. But it's also a beautiful reflection on how a person can struggle sometimes with their own past, and how that translates in their future, how they can hold on to things they say they've processed but they really haven't.
Yeah.
beautiful.
Because that was the main thing, actually. The fact that when they move, there's one door, that one room that he's like, there's just some old stuff in.
Yeah.
Don't go, like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
locked.
yeah.
And
The
obviously,
secret room.
Yeah, the Divya's like, okay, fine, like, what's going on and stuff. And then I think throughout this film, obviously, each cousin has their own love story. We see how they all play out. And then, obviously, the big turning point in this film, right? The room.
Yes.
Now, yeah, that's where the story just flips, right? It's
On its head.
Yeah. So, do you want to...
No. Go for it.
I'll let you go.
No.
No.
I want to hear it from you. I want to hear your perspective, because I'm seeing it from the Malayalam and from the Tamil perspective. So I want to hear. I want to see how you viewed it.
So obviously, you know, they had an argument. Remember, it was right after the phone thing, I think, because they get into a little argument, and then I think he walks out.
Yeah.
Divya opens the door and just sees all these memories filled of like another girl, basically.
Yes, the pictures.
And she's just like, oh wow. But obviously, from the start, we know that he couldn't get over her, right?
Yes.
But obviously, we didn't think who's he talking. We were watching the film. There's no indication of us thinking, what would that small dialogue would have been such a big context in this film.
100%. Well, that's the thing. Like, he says it in such a like. No, he says it in a serious way where he's like, you know, there was this girl, I'm not over her yet. Like, I need you to understand this. But she shrugs it off. She kind of plays it down and goes, well, if we're talking about things, if we're being honest with each other, I didn't make that food, right? And then he's like, oh, so I don't need to eat it. And she's like, yeah, you don't need to eat it. She shrugged it off. So for us, her perspective was, oh, he broke up with a girl. He was like, they broke up, they're done. Cool. So she shrugs it off. And so that sets the tone for us where we're like, okay, he says it's deep, but it's not that deep. Like, she's okay with it, we're okay with it. But then when they get into the room and then she sees all the pictures, then you're kind of going, like, because she set the tone, we're on her side. We're like, what are you doing? How can you have all these pictures? How can you have almost a shrine for this person locked away with your wife in the other room? And so then you start to get really mad at him, and you're just like, again, all from her perspective, because she's carried us on that journey. Like, the entire time we've been watching it from her perspective, not his perspective, until the flashback.
Yeah. So we just see all these pictures, and Ajul turns up, and he's even like, you knew all this time.
Yeah.
But I think she didn't know to what, you're right, she didn't know to what extent.
Yeah.
How serious it would be. And then, you know, at the same time, obviously, Ajul's part of this gang racing.
Yeah, racing, yeah.
What's it called?
The motorcycle gang.
Yeah, the name. Oh, it's going to bug. Ghost Riders or not? It's Ghost Riders? It's something Riders from off the top. And then, because then obviously the flashback comes in, right? Because Ajul goes to the racetrack again, or like the club, and he's like, where did you get the pictures? Because the same picture, the picture of, you know, Das's ex, Natasha, is there as well. It's like, how do you know her? Because they mention, you know, it's our group, but Shiva was our leader.
Yes.
And who was Shiva? Farfa. We see him in that picture. And then we learn, you know, they were this couple. They liked each other so much, essentially. You know, they were like this,
in love.
I think that's what he described them as. That this love story was, one of the guys was like, this love story is like something else, basically. And obviously her parents were the ones that were not.
They weren't on board.
No. Because it was like, okay, you like this motorcycle guy, not safe to be around him. The flashback, but then obviously the flashback ends in such a drastic way.
Yeah.
You know?
I honestly didn't expect it to go that south that quickly.
Really?
Yeah. I knew, like, again, like the shrine thing being there, the storyline, you kind of go like, all right, something bad's going to happen. But I didn't expect it to go to that extent. And then when you circle back and you hear him go, I'm not over her yet, that's like, it's more deep-rooted. His pain is more deep-rooted. You understand why he feels that way. You understand, you know, his situation and how he ended up, the suffering he had to go through. So it made for a really interesting, like, flashback sequence that carried.
But, with that whole flashback thing, okay, yeah, the parents didn't like her. And you're right, it ends in a drastic way because they're on a bike and it's like, it's a red light. Go faster, she says.
Yeah.
And we don't even see it happen. We just see it we actually just see the sound effect. And from, the guys, we see it from the guy's POV because there must be like another guy and he just like, like something.
Oh,
happened.
yeah.
And he runs to them and it's like, snap, she's actually dead.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, she's dead. And it's like, oh, snap. Like, now we know why
he
it's
feels that
happened.
way.
Because she also had a dog as well. So that's why I feel like he was familiar with, like, he liked dogs and stuff, So they literally explain everything. And then I feel like he didn't get the closure he wanted from that thing, right?
No.
So that's where Divya comes in because she
Yes.
sees the parents,
Yeah.
spends time. Then it's like, okay, this is who I am, right?
Yeah.
And then when he meets them again, it's just like,
I don't know how they were able to do that so well, but they did it really, really well.
yeah.
And I've always wondered, like, could it have been done differently to have delivered the same level of emotion that, no?
Oh, no, they can't have changed anything.
They can't,
yeah.
right? Okay. Something super interesting, though. So you know how, like, there's a sequence where part of the flashback, he's in a wheelchair. Fahadh's in a wheelchair.
Is he?
Yeah. Part of the
Oh, I
flashback,
don't-
part of his recovery following the accident is that he's in a wheelchair. And he didn't want it to seem mechanical when he was in the wheelchair. So he worked with real wheelchair users as part of his like training and prep before the
Really?
movie to understand how to use a wheelchair properly, how to the mannerisms and the body language of a wheelchair user. He wanted to be able to give justice to the performance, even though it was such a short performance when he was in the wheelchair. He made sure that he did it properly, and yeah, he did training behind it.
Damn. Yeah, because obviously they packed the parents. He does finally get the closure because he was like, she was going to come back to you guys. She's always talking about you. And then that's where their love story blossoms.
Yes.
Because obviously throughout the film, he threw her phone out. Like, they were quarreling a lot, right, in between and stuff. Like, but then that's where it's like, okay, she really stayed back because of she found out what happened.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, then
She understood.
Yeah.
She understood that. She understood that she didn't have a place in Darcy's heart, not because someone else was more deserving of it, but because he had trauma that he hadn't worked through. And so the time wasn't ready for her to come into that space. But because his parents were forcing it and her parents were forcing it, they just accepted and got married together. And it's that kind of level of maturity that she has to be like, okay, maybe I can help him. Maybe I can make his life a little bit better. And yeah.
And then I think we'll just talk about the ending first before.
Go on.
And then obviously, Ajuz goes for a bike race.
Yes.
But his girl was going to Australia, right? And
Sarah.
actually, that's another thing we never touched. His girl's on a wheelchair, isn't she?
Yes.
And he actually, I don't think because I think in the Bollywood one, I think they reject the fake, he's like, oh snap, he's on a wheelchair. So maybe he doesn't distance himself here because of that.
No.
So
no, I think it's like a microsecond
Yeah.
kind of expression of shock. And then she's like, oh, is it she kind of alludes, is it an issue? And he's just like,
He
nah.
doesn't know. He actually he starts liking her.
Yeah,
He's
regardless.
and she's about to go off, right? And we get the race. Now that race, yeah, it was just done on another level. I don't know what to describe, but you know what it was for me? It was a choice of music during that race.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's a bike race, so they put some inspirational type music.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, if it works well with a film, but that you could have just put a generic. They could have just put a generic like a rock type. But no. But I think it works because it makes it so much more emotional. Because in his head, that's everything he's kind of worked up for.
It's not just a race.
He's had that whole pressure. Remember, he's had that whole pressure from family. The fact that "Oh, you're a colonel's son, but what are you doing?"
Yeah.
We've cut like bikes and like it
You
was just
ran
that
away from boarding school. You've run away from every single problem you've had in life. You cut and run for everything. You're not worth it. You've never followed through on anything. That it wasn't just a race, but it was all of that. It was all those expectations that he had to beat in that one race.
and
And you're right. The normal music wouldn't have cut it. It wouldn't have given us, because we would have watched it and been like, "Oh yeah, it's just another bike race."
Like he's just gonna like, okay, fine, yeah.
Yeah, we needed to want him to win. We needed to want him to beat all this BS that he's been dealing with. So and music made it work.
Yeah, because it was like inspired layer. Yeah, the music, I was like, okay, it worked. It just made it, added that layer of emotion.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
And but then that's the thing, right? With that whole ending, he won the race, but he's still unhappy because he knows that he wants to see Sarah.
yeah,
So then this is where like, okay, Das takes him
yes,
full frenzy, because you remember at first, right? I think they were like, why is he driving slow?
yeah.
Like earlier, I think they must have gone to the cinema or whatever.
Yeah, why is he such a
and
like?
they were like, yeah, why is he such a slow driver? And
Yeah.
the two guys get out and walk, don't they? But all of a sudden, like, Gutten's like, oh, should we tell him to put the seatbelt on? And, stuff. And he's like, he tells them, guys, put your seatbelt, and just literally bricks it down the lane. And it's like, okay, you get
he
there.
shows Aju that no matter how fast Aju is, he's always going to be the best driver.
Oh, maybe that's you're like, maybe one day we'll race.
Yeah, I mean, after all, he was this bike.
The champion, yeah,
right?
he was the leader.
He was the leader, so it was nice for him to be like, it was nice for him to remind them that I drive slow by choice, because if I wanted to, I can gap you all kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So it was nice to have that, and it kind of brings back his fun, youthful self that he lost as a result of the accident. So that was good.
Yeah,
it was good to kind of have that closure. I guess that's also an indication of the closure that he had, right?
Yeah.
He was finally able to accept her death. He was finally able to accept that the accident was just an accident and life can go on.
Yeah, because then obviously he meets Sarah.
Yeah.
He's like, don't go. They all patch up.
Yeah.
And then all you see, because you see the mum, right? And this is a thing as well. Throughout this film, her mum was not keen on him.
No, never.
No. So it was like, okay, she's going to have a good life in Australia.
Yeah.
Then just like basically leave her kind of thing.
It was the classic mum mentality.
Yeah,
right?
standard Indian mum type thing. And then you see the whole crew just turn up.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like you're all here. But you know what, Ashin, just thinking about it now, I want to ask you, because obviously we get that happily ever after vibes.
Course.
Then Guttan gets married. But throughout this whole film, was he actually just narrating it to his new wife? Because they showed the book. So I don't think I ever thought of this. I just literally not like.
Right now.
Was his whole thing like his narration of the film to his
That's
wife?
good. I didn't think. Damn. Maybe. Yeah, no, I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah.
100%. Because the entire time it's him talking.
When he was the one that did the intro, right?
Yeah. Entire time it was his kind of speech. Damn, that's true.
And then it was quite funny because, like, okay, Michelle, because he was this Sanskari type guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, this is us, Michelle, whatever. And he's like, are we going to play Antakshari now? Oh my God. Just those stuff. And then everyone just jumps in, take a picture.
Yeah.
Happily a vibe.
Yeah.
But what do you think were some memorable or like funny scenes in this film?
For me, it was the smoking bit.
Yeah.
Right at the start. You can't beat that. Like, homegirl's just like, I need to do everything. And they're like, all right, here, have the cig. And she's just like, so good.
That was jokes.
So good.
There's so many. Even the beginning, the way the whole his interview was.
The interview, his
that was
monologue.
jokes. And do you know what's quite funny? You know when they move to Bangalore, Divya and Das, and they bring that cleaner, like the assistant.
Oh, yeah.
And she's on the phone, and she's just complaining about it. She's like, she's not the right girl.
Yeah.
He made the coffee quickly before work. She's
she's this, she's
sleeping.
that, she's lazy.
That was hilarious as well. And she's actually awake. She turns around like that. Honestly, yeah, that was jokes. There's actually a lot. Like even the whole Antakshari bit, the first time around, where he's at his first girl's house.
Yeah.
And he's like, and they're like, oh, what were like, Dulquer's like, oh, what were you doing so late at night? And he's in the shower and he's like, we played in Taxley. The innocence of Kuttan's character was, but then
unmatched.
at the same time, was he though? Because there's a scene in the car, and he says like, that's not my type of vibe. Like Arju's like, have you ever, you know, like, and then he's like, no, that's not me. That's not I'm not that type of guy.
Yeah.
And then you just see two girls walking through the car, and it's like, that was so funny. And even his mum in the film.
Really?
Like, yeah, because, you know, his mum basically moves in with him a little bit, right?
Yeah,
His dad goes off.
Yeah.
And she just takes over his flat.
Oh, yeah,
And it's like, oh, my God, like, you've just taken over the whole flat. I think she brings a few aunties over. She does the breathing, like, oh, my God, honestly, the whole, there were so many laughs. Even, I don't know if you noticed in the first song, but you know they do a little cut of it. Like, they're all dancing, and the mum's like, what are you doing? Why are you dancing? Like, you're a software engineer or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, don't ruin your image.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing. Like, there were so many, like, funny.
No, there was a lot of hilarious moments. And it was just, everything was layered. Everything was like, it was funny, but and it carried. There was emotion, you know. Even what you just spoke about, the whole thing where the mum's getting mad at him just because he's having a bit of a dance. You need to show off. You need to show that you're a software engineer. And he's just like, well, I just want to dance. I just want to have fun. All of these things carried, and they made for like such a good movie. Like, did you know before they started shooting, the director got all three of them to come to his house, and they did a bit of a boot camp, where all three of them just spent time with each other to build that cousin's bond.
Really?
Like, he would make them just chill with each other, do things, have conversations, activities, just so that the three can actually have that kind of cousinly love to carry into the film. And then they started shooting the film.
Because even if you remember the beginning title stuff, there was baby pictures, but it looked like it was the actual baby pictures.
Yeah.
Like, Nazriya looked it like the same.
Yeah.
That was actually a good touch. They used the actual baby pictures.
They used their actual baby pictures, and then right at the end, they spliced it all together, so it looked like they were all with each other.
Together, right?
Yeah, that was nice. That was good. What was it? There was something else that was quite interesting about. Oh yeah, that's where Fahadh and Nazriya first met.
Yeah.
Was on set. They first met on set, spent time together. The year later, they got married.
Only a year later?
Yeah, a year later, they got married.
Snap. I think they did have like decent chemistry. Like, they worked well. Like,
it worked, yeah, 100%.
Like, because she has like good knuckle and stuff in the film.
Yes.
Like, and his switch from Das to Shiva, like,
is crazy.
Like, even the whole look was different.
Yeah.
And you're right, like, you know, his character does get closure. I mean, they all do, really, right? In a sense that
for their storyline.
Yeah, like,
definitely.
Divya starts going to college again.
Yeah.
Becomes a racer.
Yeah.
Even
couldn't get to the life that he wants,
and he gets married to, because he always wanted a Malayali girl, obviously, but it's actually the fact that someone actually changed and became one.
Yeah,
because they actually meet in the lift first, I think, but she's not all sanskari dead. They might be going out. There was 3 girls in the lift, and she asked him, "Are you Malayali?" He's like, "No."
Yeah.
Nah. So the fact that it all comes together full circle, which
good point. I didn't deep that, you know.
Yeah.
Fair. Like, that's a fair point.
That is actually, because I was gonna ask you, if people want to watch this film, why? What do you think? Like, why do you think they should watch it?
Good question. I think you should watch. So this is my PSA to the world, right? If you want to watch Bangalore Days, you need to watch it. If you feel like you just want to watch a down to earth, funny film where you can forget your issues for 2.5 hours and just enjoy good movies. It's the only reason. That's the only.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Yeah, if you want a good time, laugh, feel the emotions, and just listen to that ending.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Honestly, I need an OST for that ending.
Oh my God, yeah.
Do you know how heartwarming, so cleansing that?
100%.
Yeah, good family film. Like, if you're all together, like, you know what? During
good
Christmas
family
time,
watch.
Christmas coming up.
Oh my God, yeah.
I think perfect film,
Yeah.
like, for a Christmas holiday with all your family,
100%.
cousins. Oh my God, even better. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would say about just if you want to feel good, if you're maybe even having a bad day, I think it'll cheer you up.
100%.
Not the sad scenes, but all the laughter and all the maybe the whole full circle thing will give you
Maybe.
some guidance, because emotionally you probably could learn. Well, if you were to learn some stuff about life,
Yeah.
could you in this? Well,
Yeah, I feel like if you don't deep it to that extent, but if you just let things kind of wash over you, you would kind of pick up on a few things here and there. You know, not to take life so seriously, not to be so upset if your life changes its plans, because if you truly believe it, you'll always come back on board. Those sort of things, you can learn a few
there's
things.
a few, right? Like obviously you get a second chance at love,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the fact that like with Gutten's character, don't become someone because someone's forcing. Like when he met the first girl, hairstyle change.
Different, like he went spike. He tried to look like DQ a little bit. He
Sunglasses.
tried to,
Even the mum with like software engineering, I don't think that was his thing.
No.
He wanted to be back in Kerala.
100%. He wanted to be about in the paddy fields. He wanted to be washing his own clothes. That's a beautiful thing. A line he drops is when you're at home, you want to leave home so bad, but once you leave, you want to come straight back. And that's what I did every weekend. That's Kudden. Kudden just wants to be with family. He's a homebody.
Yeah,
that's all it is. He's a homebody.
Yeah. And DQ, it was chase your dreams. Doesn't matter, even if like he got suspended for a bit, came back, chase your dreams. Also, there was a funny quote. You know, they were talking like Anjali was talking about marriage. It's like it's either you're locked up basically, or like, oh no, he was saying that Kerala had the highest suicide rates and stuff because of pressure.
Yeah.
And I think this basically, and this quote is so accurate, right? Because he's like, okay, you get a job. Parents gonna ask you, okay, oh no, you graduate first. Parents gonna do job. Yeah. Then when you get married, then when you're getting kids, and that's recycle, will repeat and repeat and repeat
and again.
And then Kutten as a little joke in between after the suicide things, because he's like, is it because of coconut oil? Why the rates were high? And I'm like, oh, but that was actually funny. Like, yeah, but I think this is a must-watch like film, and it is on Hotstar.
It is.
Yeah.
Hotstar, plug us, because we're plugging you.
Yeah, definitely. we need that free link.
Oh my god, I need this.
And do you know what?
Sort me out.
There's a lot of Malayalam films on there. Actually.
So many. So many Malayalam films, so many Tamil films, so many Kannada films, so many Telugu films, so many Bollywood films. It's all there.
Yeah.
So I think most of the films that I've recently been watching have been off Hotstar.
Yeah, for Malayalam films in like from where we are, UK.
Yeah.
Number one. I think number one, that and Prime.
Yeah.
But talking about UK and Malayalam cinema.
Go on.
There's a little treat happening next Friday.
Yes.
So Vineeth Sreenivasan is coming to concert on the 27th.
Yeah, boy.
And 28th of September this month. One's in Croydon, one's in Birmingham. But the thing is, the team of Lokah are going to be there too. So get your tickets. I'll put the link in the description.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there in the London, like Croydon one on the 27th too. But that'll be loads of fun. They're coming to Dublin as well. So get your tickets, then you'll be able to see the team.
So even if you don't want to see the Lokah team, if you want to go see Rohan
at the concert,
at the concert, you can jam out with them. You know exactly where to go. But if you want to go meet the Lokah, I would love to sit down with the Lokah team. That would be so sick. I'd love to just know where off the back of it, what's going on with them now, where they're going to go next, how is the franchise going to carry itself, what do they think is going to happen. So if you get a chance, pull them aside. Like whilst they're listening to music, just grab them. Come talk to me now.
But quickly coming back to Bangalore Days.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's been remade, right?
Course.
Tamil, Hindi.
Yeah.
You've seen the Tamil one, right?
Yes.
How is it different to the Malayalam one?
So, interestingly, it came out 2 years after the original. So original was 2014, this came out 2016. So I think it released 2014, and then they were like, oh, this is really good, let's remake it. So almost during the success of the film's release, they decided that they were going to do they were going to do a remake. So they didn't go that far off script. They kept everything pretty much exactly the same, right? The characters were Arya for Ajju, Sri Divya for Divya, and Bobby Simha for Kudden. but then obviously they changed their names, so on and so forth. In my opinion, it didn't do as well as the original. I think it did well. Like, it cost them 13 crore. They took in 30 crore or something like that.
So
Like,
made double. Yeah,
made double.
It.
Like, they will dub it a blockbuster hit. There's no denying that. But I also think that's because they were fresh off Bangalore Days' hype, that they were able to grab that market very easily. But that being said, I will still prefer the Malayalam one to this one, particularly because Kuttan, like Nivin's Kuttan, was very unique with his accent, his slang, because he was that native Mallu boy from town in Kerala, whereas Bobby Simha couldn't recreate that, and it's hard to do that in Tamil as well. Like, you really struggle with the words. Like, where are you meant to be from then? Are you from Madurai? Are you from Coimbatore? Like, what's the jazz? Like, where are you from? Give us that slang, give us that naivety. He didn't. It felt forced. This is what I mean, where I'm like, Malayalam cinema is really good at keeping things grounded. I don't know if you've noticed it, but the cameras they use are different to the cameras that other industries use. Like, particularly with Bangalore Days, it felt more commercialized, if that makes sense. The quality of the cameras were different. The quality of the shots, the quality of the sets were a lot different compared to Bangalore Days. Like, for example, Leo and Cooley. Leo felt like a Hollywood film because the cameras they used were for what they use in Hollywood, whereas Cooley felt like a Tamil movie, Hollywood film, because the cameras they used are what we normally use here. And it's the same going the other way. The same cameras we use for Cooley, or it's a similar kind of setup, the color grading, the editing, is particularly for Hollywood, whereas for Malayalam movies, they're quite different. They use different cameras, they use different color gradings, different editors, different editing skills, and you see that in the film, and it allows the film to be more grounded and more like, you know, I wouldn't say authentic, but I think the best word is grounded.
Close to its
right.
City and
do you know what I mean?
Culture and stuff. Yeah.
Whereas so the mass differences were Bobby's performance didn't land the same way Nivin's performance did. The rest of the film just felt like a copy and paste of the original film. So it was a fun watch. To watch it authentically be shot in Tamil and, you know, delivered in Tamil was nice to see and hear. I love Rana Dagubati, so Rana playing Rana was Das. So that was sick, because my guy is he's a sick performer. He's a sick actor. So to play that dark, mysterious, angry, confused role, he did that really, really well. And then we had Samantha as the girl, the ex who dies. So obviously she did a stellar performance for her time in that film. So it was a good movie, don't get me wrong, but it just felt like I was watching, and it was nice to watch it in Tamil, but it did feel like I was just watching the original film. I think where it fell short, I'm not saying, oh, Bobby's completely at fault here. I can't say that, that's rude, but it's not his fault. When the Mallu flair is down to the fact that the way they talk and the way they act and the slang that they have, and you try to recreate that, it's not going to happen, right? You need to keep it authentic to Tamil. And so if that means you have to stick on a Coimbatore accent, or you stick on a Madurai accent, do it. Don't shy away from it. Do it. They should have done it. If they did it, I think it would have been a lot better.
Yeah, okay.
So that is my
on the Tamil
review.
One, yeah. On the Tamil one, okay. Hindi one. All right.
Talk to me, man. What was the... Okay, so this is the difference, right? So with the Tamil one in particular, it still had the hype of...
Yeah, that's
because it came out 2 years later.
Yeah, this one came out 2022.
So 8 years later.
Like, it was a need... Because I'm sure in 8 years,
yeah,
people would have jumped onto the Bangalore Days bandwagon and started to watch it eventually, right? Up north and stuff.
Of course.
People would have known about it. 8 years. Cast... Okay, what's funny about the cast, right?
Go on.
For Sarah's character, they got Answara Rajan, who's predominantly a Malayalam actress. So imagine, for a Malayalam film remake, you got a Malayalam actress to play in the Hindi remake.
Oh my God.
And Do you know what? I wonder if she thought of it in her head, like when they offered her or she got the role to film, and she's like, they were like, yeah, it's a remake of Bangalore Days. She was like, oh, but it's a Malayalam film. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder if she ever thought of like, oh,
I wonder if she thought she was gonna get Divya's role.
no, oh, interesting.
Because for me, Divya's role is a bigger role, a more prominent role,
Yeah.
right? And being a Malayali actress,
But I don't think they would have given it. They would have obviously that's why they probably gave it to Divya Khosla because
yeah.
she's a Hindi actress.
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So and also with obviously Sarah's character Answaria who played her, they really dramatized that character a lot more.
Yes.
Because what they did, they incorporated a whole suicide element to her character. She wanted to end her life basically, and that's where he came in. Who was played by, is it Milab Jeffrey?
Yeah.
So he came in, and that's where he kind of, because he saved her basically. I think she had a bad breakup or whatever.
Yeah.
That angle was really dramatized.
Did that change the tone of the film? Having that? My first question is, did that feel shoehorned in, or were you happy with how it was played out?
I don't know, because going back and watching the original, and I think that's what Malayalam cinema, it doesn't rely on that over dramatization.
Sure.
It probably needed it just to hook the audience, like, oh my God, like, what is she doing?
Yeah.
Or like, just someone save her.
No, well, this is my thing, right? Does every character need to be saved?
No, but then if they wanted to copy the whole remake thing, right?
Yeah.
Because I think if he just met her off the radio thing, the Hindi audience might be like, there's nothing for us to, or like the audience will be like, there's nothing for us to get like our eyes into. Like,
got you.
You know, it leaves them a little bit hooked. She wasn't a radio jockey in that. She was working at a train station.
Oh.
That was different.
Okay.
Even the way the whole marriage thing happens, like with Divya's character in the remake, is a bit like, okay, she was like a model type thing. So there were quite a few different. Even the whole thing with like Kuttan's character in the remake, when he finds out his first girl had someone, is completely different.
Yes.
Because that was in her flat, and she was not really with Kuttan. It was more like, okay, she was on a rocky road with someone already.
Yeah.
This was like, I think this was like, okay, he's on a plane. He back, and you know they've obviously met with the girl. Then he finds his girl in the bathroom with someone. So they've tried to over dramatize it a lot more. I would say the whole race thing, that was different, and they got for the flashback they got Bagshri Bose for that. So South actress again. So. It was interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It was okay. There's one good song in it, I would say.
What was it? Also the wedding song?
No,
or was it
no,
different?
no. It was a sad song. Yeah, I think it comes just after the flashback and stuff.
Okay.
But that one was just okay.
2022, right?
Yeah. So literally, like.
Was this film also falling foul of the current hypersexualized Bollywood, or did they stay clear of it?
I think they kind of stayed clear of it.
Good.
I don't know if there was like a love making scene when after the flashback. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah.
Guys, let us know.
Oh yeah, if anyone's I doubt it. Well, if you have, then why? Well, not why, but
why are you watching it?
I mean, obviously, if you've watched Bollywood films, fair enough. But if you're Malayali and you've watched it, why did you want to compare it? Let us know in the comments. But yeah, I didn't mean that in a bad way. just clearing that. But
comment section going off tomorrow.
There was something else I was gonna say as well about the remake. It was okay. Like the whole film, and also I think they were capitalizing because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but the first Yarian was a success.
Yeah,
I think so. That's why they wanted to obviously keep that name as well.
Of course,
franchise it. Okay, here we go. Let's just remake this. But yeah, I mean, obviously nothing will compare to the original.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. And I think we need a re-release. Not right now, but we need a re-release.
So maybe 5 to 10 years.